Let's see. We also get into some of your questions from time to time. And this one is from, let's see here. It is Stephen and Linda. They are from Plymouth. All right. Good morning. Thank you very much, Steve and Linda from Plymouth. And the question here is for you is they are looking to downsize. Mark, we are looking to downsize. Our children have gone off to college. We no longer need this home in Plymouth. We want to look at other areas, but we're hearing that there are no houses on the market. So what do we do?
Wow. Great question. It feels like we've talked about this a few times on Feel Good Friday because inventory has been so historically low for such a long time. It's funny. I was scrolling through our YouTube channel yesterday and I saw this suitable housing video that we did 1 full year ago, March 2021, and the exact same environment is happening where there's low inventory. So these folks in Plymouth, they're going to capture a large amount of money for their house. Mm-hmm. They're going to do very well. They'll probably be the highest point that this house has ever been value-wise. But, people are starting to hear, okay, interest rates are up, so I need to kind of move fast because it might start to slow down. But there are still way more buyers than sellers. So we have an imbalance of supply and demand. So what do? They could easily sell their house, mm-hmm. right? But where are they going to go? And that's been the question that our real estate professionals have been dealing with for almost 2 years now because of the lack of inventory. So at Styles Law, as you know, Rob, we specialize in solutions. So we like to lay out options for people. And not all of the options are going to work for everybody. But for example, one option is if these folks are qualified to sell before they buy. Buy before they sell. Mm-hmm. Right? So some lenders will say, okay, well, you don't have a significantly high mortgage. Maybe you can carry both properties at the same time. So you buy, let the dust settle, and then sell your house. Right? Or what some of the lenders are offering now is what's called a bridge loan. So you can actually take out a loan that attaches back to your home that you own currently while buying the next house. Same concept. Buy, let the dust settle, then sell your house. Right? But always, again, not an option for everybody. Mm-hmm. Also, an option would be maybe if you had a second home or a rental property, to move into those properties while you find the place to buy, right? So sell, move into one of your other properties, maybe family. Again, not an option for everybody, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. right? Or you could sell your house and require that the buyer lease the property back to you, what's called a use and occupancy agreement. But here, if the buyer is financing, that will only be allowed for up to 59 days. Because when somebody finances to purchase, they certify to their lender that they'll be moving in within 60 days. So you can agree that, yes, I'll buy your house, and you can stay in there and try to find a new house for up to 59 days. Now, you've sold your house at that point, and you're, quote, renting the property back. So you will need to move along, right? Mm-hmm. So there is a little bit of risk there. And then finally, what I was talking about briefly is the suitable housing contingency. I was talking about it because we have a video on that dated back in March of 2021. And again, the environment hasn't changed all that much. But what does a suitable housing contingency do? Basically, you, as a seller, get with your real estate professional, and when you market your property, you disclose to everybody that you will be willing to sell your house subject to the buyer allowing you time to find a new house for yourself. Suitable housing. You will have time to find suitable housing, something for you to go to. So it takes the pressure off you as the seller. So the buyer comes in, you agree to sell it to them. You go through some of the due diligence for the buyer so that you know that they're a true, ready, willing, and able buyer who's capable of right? So now you go out to the marketplace stronger, right? We're all wondering, how do we compete against these cash buyers? Where are all these cash buyers coming from? But to go to another seller and say, yes, I'm selling my house, but I have a ready, willing, and able buyer who's already gone through all of these steps. We are ready to buy. So it puts you in a much stronger position when you're buying. And then people always ask, well, what happens if I can't find something? You know, what do I do with the buyer? And again, the buyers, if you go back, you think about it, there's not a lot of inventory. So a lot of them are willing to wait, right? But for how long? So you want to make sure it's fair for everybody. We always want to make sure all of these deals are fair and equitable for everybody, both sides. You put a timeline on it. Maybe it's 60 days, right? And maybe you offer to pay the buyer back for their home inspection or their appraisal or any of their out-of-pocket expenses should you come back and say, I can't find anything, I'm sorry, I have to stay in my house. So there are options, but you have to be creative in a market like this. You absolutely have to be creative. And we always offer, you know, strategy, no commitment consultations. If anybody wants to give me a call and strategize through something, our best way is through our Calendly app. And that's calendly.com/mstyles. I've already blocked out times to chat with people, and I encourage and invite anybody who wants to do that to do that.
Feel Good Friday. Get in touch with attorney Mark Stiles. Stiles Laws on Route 139 in Marshfield. Stiles-law.com is the website, and Mark mentioned that you can reach out to him, and you can also check out those YouTube videos that may help answer some of your questions. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Rob. Have a great week.
You too.
Talk to you soon.